Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. And while the microphone was off, we just came up with a money-making move, didn't we?
Double down. Always works.
Is it 3?
I'm looking now.
All right.
Welcome to Take the Points. I'm trying to bet currently.
We're going to talk about a game here later on, and you may see us make a show bet on the show. So that'll be very entertaining for you.
Three's not available yet.
Not yet.
3.5 is.
What's the number? Is it moving?
Plus 100 on 3.5.
Plus 100?
Yep.
It's moving.
Yep.
It's moving. We're going to get there.
I get 3, I'm hammering.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back as we talk about gambling here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. And this is a gorgeous Friday, November 4th. This is our Take the Points edition. Brian Turner is here, and we're going to talk about a ton of stuff today. We're going to talk about volleyball.
I say we got high school postseason going on.
We got high school football. We have college football. We have NFL football. We've got the World Series. We've got the Breeders' Cup.
Let me look real quick.
Yeah, there's a World Series going on.
Nope, Philly still don't have a hit.
That's not nice at all.
They had their fun the game before.
They did have.
It's been a fun series.
It's been a heck of a series. I sat there and watched last night until they brought in the relievers, and I thought, well, they're
Are you one of those that doesn't count if it's more than one pitcher?
That's a no-hitter.
Yeah, it's a no-hitter.
I got no problem with that. It's a no-hitter. Yeah, it's fine. That's a no-hitter. It's just not as... I mean, heck, you could have really cool no-hitters, and you could have no-hitters that aren't quite as cool. The Roy Halladay no-hitter against the Reds 15 years ago. That was pretty cool. He went all the way, and, of course...
You were around for Larson's, right?
You're a kid.
Why do you keep having me on?
I don't know. Because you were there at the volleyball game. That's why. Yeah, you were there at the volleyball game, and you're at the football game. So that's why you're here. That's exactly why you're here. Why are you here, ladies and gentlemen? Well, because you want to hear about all the events taking place today, Friday, November 4th, community events, all kinds of good stuff going on, beginning an hour ago. You can still make it. You got plenty of time all day long. At the Clay County Hospital, they are holding a uniform sale. The Clay County Hospital Auxiliary sponsoring a uniform sale today from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the conference room. Heartland Uniforms will be selling uniforms, name brand shoes, medical diagnostic equipment, as well as accessories. All proceeds do go to help the Clay County Hospital Auxiliary. So that's a nice deal. Go get you some. Maybe they've got some cheap scrubs for next year's Halloween. That'd be kind of a good time. Jeff Rurton's will be hosting a fish fry from today, beginning at 4:30 until they decide to quit. That'll be down there at the Jeff Rurton building. Catfish fillets, slaw, French fries, hush puppies, dessert and a drink. Serving starts at 4:30. $15 for the fish at the Jeff Rurton's. Boy, prices. It's certainly worth the fish. $15 that's a new
it's
banner.
A change from a few years ago.
Yeah, that's up. That's getting up there. So there you go. Give them a hand to help them out. They do a lot of stuff for the community. West Salem Development Association hosting its annual Christmas auction today. It'll be at the community building there in West Salem on the West Salem Square. The auction with merchandise provided by Thomas Factory Outlet begins at 6 p.m. tonight. Food's going to be available from 5:30 starting. So go ahead and get your belly full and then go help out the auction to fund community projects. Also tonight, this morning over in Salem, it's a program presented by the Midland Area Agency on Aging. This is on the effects of social isolation. Resources and information will be offered by various service providers. Marion County Health Department will also have a flu shot. The event is free. Have you taken your flu shot
Not yet. I need to. That's something I've never done in the past, but here last couple of years
You're not getting any younger, Brian.
And it's not even about me. It's about just trying to slow the spread down a little bit.
Well,
I'm around older people now, so I feel like it's my duty.
Again, I believe that was a really subtly veiled shot at me. Just a tremendous subtlety.
That sounds like the conscious feeling guilty there, and not what the actual intent was.
But it worked. I've already gotten mine, so I'm way ahead of you. I got my flu shot last week, and if it helps stem the tide and helps me have a less of a version of the flu, lesser version, I'm all for it. What else going on, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, today and tonight over in Effingham? It's the Downtown Effingham Holiday Open House. This is today and tomorrow, pardon me. Get your holiday shopping started early by shopping locally this year at the annual Downtown Effingham Holiday Open House. That is from 10 o'clock to 7 o'clock today and 10 o'clock till 2 p.m. tomorrow. They do wonderful things helping out the community. Many of the downtown retailers, restaurants, and businesses will be rolling out the holiday red carpet for you with in-store specials and plenty of holiday cheer await you as you stroll from location to location. The downtown stores will be decorated and stocked with the season's best decor, and gifts are sure to please everyone on Santa's list. See what Downtown Effingham has to offer for the holidays, and let them know that you're coming, and invite a friend or two. There you go. What's going on this weekend? Saturday. Of course, you know what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been listening to your radio at all or heading online, Saturday morning at 8 a.m. is the WNOI Crazy Christmas Auction. It'll start at 8 a.m. Pardon me, 8 a.m. I guess I better get that time right if I'm going to be there. To bid, you need to call.
Your wife will let you know.
My wife will let me know. To bid, you need to be there well, you don't need to be anywhere, but you need to have this on your phone. 662-8331 when you hear the item you want. Photos and other details are on their website there at WNOI.com. So that's a big deal Saturday morning. Meat shoot over at the Clay City Sailor Springs Legion tomorrow at 10 a.m. The Clay City Sailor Springs American Legion have a meat shoot. $35 gift certificates to Blair's, as well as raffle drawings for a Rio Bravo rifle. That's pretty cool. I like Rio Bravo. That's one of my favorite ones. That John Wayne doesn't really carry a gun or carry a pistol. He carries a rifle.
You don't know the rifle. You know the movie.
Well, that's the thing. I have no idea if what a Rio Bravo rifle looks like, other than one John Wayne carries. John Wayne doesn't use a pistol in Rio Bravo. He's rifle all the way. And he also
not to be confused with Chuck Connors.
The Rifleman, that's right. But John Wayne also messes around with Angie Dickinson in that movie, who was probably...
Never a bad day.
That's not a bad day. Angie Dickinson was probably 40 years younger. It was nice to be John Wayne. That worked out pretty good.
I've got a biography on him sitting on the bookshelf. I have not read it.
Really? Which one?
It was $1 fine at the library.
The Duke? I think
it's actually just called Wayne.
Huh, okay. Well, I'm certain it'll be interesting. That is that meat shoot again in Clay City. They'll have plenty of food: chili, vegetable soup, sloppy joes, hot dogs, and drinks. Down in Fairfield on Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. It's the Veterans Day Parade. The day begins with breakfast at the St. Edward's Catholic Church. It's from 7 to 9. Free for all veterans and their spouses. I must ask, are you and your loving bride going to go eat breakfast?
We'll be getting ready for the event immediately following.
It's the breakfast I'm not asking if you're going to the parade. I'm asking if you're going to the free
playoff
breakfast.
Game.
So you got to get started getting ready at 7
Actually, I'm pretty sure I got to give someone a ride at 10. I don't get up at 7 on a playoff day.
Oh, well, because you got to write after the game. Yeah. You have to conserve your time and energy.
I come home from playoff games pretty exhausted.
I didn't say
I get into those.
Well, that's cool. I'm not saying you don't. The parade is downtown Fairfield. Roasted Chestnuts started about 1:15. Actually, they'll have Elizabeth Gonzalez singing the national anthem before that. That's always fun. What else is going on? The Mount Airy Ruritan Club serving up breakfast as well from 6 to 9 a.m. This is their monthly event. Price is $7 for adults, $3 for children. Come visit with friends and neighbors while supporting the club. Also, the Wayne County Coon Club. I believe that's on the highway, right? The Coon Club? Isn't that between Jeff and...
I get it and the Saddle Club mixed up, but I believe so.
I believe the Coon Club is the one between Jeff and...
That sounds right. They're on the west side of the highway.
Yeah. So the Coon Club will be hosting a chowder on Saturday. Costs $5 per quart, $20 a gallon. Math works. How about that? Public is asked to bring their own containers. The location is at 1581 U.S. Highway 45. If had I read further, we'd already know. There you go. Serving starts at 11 a.m. and continues until all the chowder is gone. What else going on November 4th? Ladies and gentlemen, it is National Jersey Friday.
I own one of those.
You own that exact jersey. That's exactly right. And you will.
And I have a different number for one of the other ones.
Well, that's a Patriots jersey?
I thought that was Texans, maybe.
Well, that might be Texans. Who's 15 on the Texans?
I'm not sure. I had a Brian Cushing 56.
I think the guy there in the middle is standing on, or the gal, pardon me, is standing on Revis Island.
That's Revis.
Yeah.
I used to have a 20 or a 42 Jets jersey, Ronnie Lott.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I still have the.
As some people are about to learn, I have a lot of jerseys.
Do pay attention because he's wearing a jersey now. I told him his National Jersey Day. He's wearing, this is Mo Salah, right?
Yeah, Mo Salah.
Mo Salah, the Liverpool jersey for Mo Salah, and he'll be. There might be clothing changes throughout the show. Costume changes as the show goes on. So pay attention to that. Maybe you can have fun at home and identify what jersey that Brian is wearing. Actually, if they identify them, they're pretty good.
This is one of them I didn't know.
I had to come up with a name for that one, and it changes every year. So that'll be fun. National Jersey Friday. This falls on the first Friday of November each year. It was begun by guess who? Who do you think started National Jersey Friday?
East Bay Magazine.
National Football League Players Association.
Also makes sense. I was going to say, it's going to be someone who can profit from it.
Started in 2016 by the NFLPA, and so they've been celebrating this for about the past 6 years. National Candy Day is also on November 4th. Kind of makes sense with Halloween just behind us. Candies have a long history of attracting folks with bright colors and delightful flavors. Also come in varieties of fun sizes and shapes. In the late 13th century, Middle English first began using the word candy, borrowed from the Old French sucre candi. It is derived in turn from Persian kand with a Q and kandi, cane sugar. You know much more about candy now than you ever thought you would.
I would have guessed there was something involving sugar. That's what most candy is.
Look at that. I was trying to figure out what is that? Are those mushrooms? The brown one with the white bottoms? I was trying to figure out what those were.
They look like mushroom. Like that doesn't look like they belong.
Yeah,
that looks like the edibles aisle at a.
That's kind of what it looks like. I thought the same thing.
That might be an edibles picture.
I wondered about that.
I've always wondered what one of those looked like.
Well, me too. But I passed the test yesterday. But yeah, I thought that was what that was. It didn't make any sense to me otherwise. So that's plenty of candy there, and I don't understand the strawberry. Looks like, remember those orange slices that people for some reason eat? You got licorice there.
See, I don't understand black licorice existing.
I am with you. Although black licorice is basically licorice, actual licorice, and red licorice isn't even.
Yeah, red licorice is not even licorice. It does not come from licorice root.
So, black licorice is actually from licorice, but black licorice is terrible. I'm with you on that. What's going on? I've got one more, but I'm not really going to talk much about it because they misspelled it. There are two National Donut Days. There's one in March that uses DOUGHNUT, and this one is DONUT. I don't see the difference. I am a stickler, so I'm going to go with the DOUGHNUT. Does that make sense to you?
I'll go with whatever you. I don't eat donuts too often. I eat more donuts. Those cardboard tasting.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm not a Krispy Kreme type of.
You're like John Belushi, man.
Give me I like cardboard tasting tomatoes too. I don't like fresh garden tomatoes.
Oh man. What do you want to see on television, ladies and gentlemen? We'll just move right past that comment. NBA basketball doubleheader tonight on ESPN. The Bulls are at the Celtics. Ayo Dosunmu off to a nice start for Chicago. That'll be at 6:30, Channel 601, followed by the Bucks at the Timberwolves. Milwaukee heads to Minnesota at 9 o'clock on ESPN. College football tonight. Duke is at Boston College at 6 o'clock, and that's on ESPN2, followed by Oregon State at Washington. Boy, that's a big game for Friday night at 9:30.
Pac-12 after dark.
Pac-12 after dark. Nobody is going to watch that.
The only thing during the week better than Maction. Pac-12 after dark. Let's get weird.
I split on Maction this week.
A little less weird with Mike Leach not in the Pac-12 anymore.
I agree with you. UMass Minutemen also are playing UConn on CBS Sports Network at 6 o'clock. And this afternoon at 1 o'clock, turn it to Channel 620, USA Network. Horse racing, baby. Breeders' Cup. Breeders' Cup. Starting at 1 o'clock today. They'll go like half a dozen races today and then another 9 or so tomorrow. That is Brian Turner. I'm Bruce Dickey. Back in a sec.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Dr. Eric Pikus. I'm a general practice physician here at CRHPC, and I work at the Clay Medical Center in Flora. One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patient, whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. So no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Welcome back, folks. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Brian Turner is here. You can find him online at iamweeze.com. He puts his, you'll put your roundups of the games on there typically about a week or two later,
I put the picture gallery up, yeah.
The picture gallery up. And presumably, it's been an exciting week for you.
Fairfield Sports, yeah.
And in the because he covers Fairfield Sports, in the Flora had a tough loss in down at Johnston City.
Played much more competitive than the first time they met, though. I mean, nothing to hang their hats with.
Talking to people from Flora, you cut out the first 3 minutes where they fumbled in bad places on the field. They played really well, But well done by Florida getting into the playoffs. Lost down at Johnson City on Saturday.
BDC's got 3 teams still going, though.
BDC has Johnson City going, Cesar Valera going, and Fairfield going. We'll get to those in just a second. And Fairfield's also been very active and playing well in volleyball, eliminated on the Wednesday night.
Trying to win their 3rd sectional championship in 5 years and came just a couple points short.
And won the first game, huh?
Yeah, won the first one. Looked good. It was both teams can hit the ball really well. Fairfield's got one that
Lost to Freeburg,
lost to Freeburg. Fairfield's got the leading kills, leads the state in kills, Emerson Robbins. And she was come out, I think she had 10 in the first set.
Wow.
They were able to match, but Freeburg had a lot more attack errors, and then they missed one serve. We didn't miss any. So they made fewer mistakes first set. Second set, we were up the entire way. Freeburg took their first lead at 17-16.
I was going to say they were up 13-7
Yeah.
at one point.
And then they led
Lady
until
Mules.
Fairfield came back and tied them at 23-23. Looked like they were going to – and Freeburg had their 3 best hitters all in the back row. But just couldn't get it done there. And then third set, they just ran out of gas. I mean, you could see it in the – Emerson – I mentioned before the show, had about 80 attacks. 30's a lot, and she had about 80.
Wow.
And you could see it wearing on her in the third set. I think she had 2 kills in the third set.
Attacks basically are when the spiker leaps up.
And a lot of hers are from the back row, so she doesn't get a break when she goes to the back row. And she usually is covering some ground when she's jumping from the back row.
It's impressive to watch, but congratulations again to the Lady Mules on a fine season. Lost to a good Freeburg team.
Yeah.
Had they lost to a Piker, I mean, you'd feel worse about it.
Freeburg's gone 3 with Breeze Mater Day, who they'll turn around and play in Fairfield Friday.
Yeah, that's going to be entertaining tonight. The lady, I think they do call them the Lady Midgets.
Yeah, they're Lady Midgets.
Lady Midgets will take on do they call them Lady Knights, or how's that work for Breeze Mater Day?
That one I'm not sure on, actually. And I've covered Breeze Mater Day volleyball.
Yeah. Breeze Mater Day, one of the top teams in Class 2A in the state. They beat Breeze Central on Wednesday night, and that's 2 really, really good teams.
They are Lady Knights. Fairfield wound up finishing 5-1 against top 20 teams in 2A this year. They played a decent schedule.
So Freeburg not even then in top 20?
No, they were 10.
They were 10.
We were 11. Nashville was 14. I say that. This is Max Prep rankings. They had one team still listed in there is actually 3A, so bump everyone up a spot. But Massac was number 20. Carterville was like 14 or 15. So they had played some really good teams, not even counting the 3A teams they played at the Crossroads Classic.
Then last Saturday, you went up to...
it was a long drive, and it was well worth it.
A long drive up north to Verdon, Illinois, the home of Ron Graham, former Fairfield Mules.
In fact, I believe Ron's got a son on that staff.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So the Mules played North Mac, Verdon North Mac, or really called just North Mac?
North Mac Panthers, yeah.
The North Mac Panthers. North Mac came out like a house of fire, scored early, got a turnover early.
Fourth play of the game, 66 yards to the house, pure speed.
Yeah.
Left tackle and scored in the right corner of the end zone.
I was watching the game on a rival network. You got to watch football, whether it's.
I wouldn't even call them a rival because they're crap.
They're garbage.
Yes,
they are.
I will say it. I will tell the IHSA that. In fact, I tagged them in a tweet. I will tell the NFHS that. I will tell any school that uses them. It's crap and it's garbage. And it shouldn't exist.
And you don't get paid. I mean, they think they're getting paid.
Actually, I'm okay with it existing. Don't exclude others from being able to do games too. There's nothing in that contract that says you can't.
The reason I bring that up is because 2 reasons. We're not doing the game this Saturday for one, although we could have, but there were also space issues.
Yeah, Fairfield's smarter than
staffing issues, but also the telecast crapped out for the start of the show, so we didn't see the first touchdown.
And then the second one was a deflection that fell into a receiver's hand. So it's 13-0 right off the bat.
That was a heck of a catch.
In a game, the Mules were 25.
By the way, that was a heck of a catch off that deflection. That kid.
It wasn't a difficult catch. It just concentrated to stay with it because it popped up in the air and just ran right under it.
That was Rogers deflected that.
Rogers and then another receiver. It kind of they hit each other at the same time. They both hit the ball.
This is late in the first quarter, early in the second quarter. Mules are down 13-0. I'm thinking playoff team. This is big trouble. A good team. This was a good team. Verdon North Mac was 8-1 going into this game, and I'm thinking huge problems. Fairfield just kind of buckled down, didn't they?
They did, and it was one of those.
Stuck to the game plan.
They put together a drive, marched down the field using, just double wing. What you expect: 3 yards, cloud of dust, and moving the ball, picking up third downs, picking up fourth downs. In fact, they were perfect in the game on fourth downs, and punched it in there late in the second quarter. And I was having the conversation with someone on the sideline. We got to about the red zone. I said, if we don't get it here, it might break the kids. If you don't score here.
Yeah.
They scored barely. In fact, live, I did not think we got in. They gave it to us. We all kind of looked at each other. Saw a photo later. You can tell that much of the ball crosses the front of the goal line. I don't think the ball ever crossed the back of the goal line.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was that close.
Yeah, it was
so
close.
Fairfield got a playoff break on an official call.
My first comment was, we deserve that that's make up for Staunton.
That's make up for Staunton and at Jonesboro. That's make up for Donnie Lyons feels good wherever he is. So the Mules go into halftime down by a score. And you think, hey, this is a good game. Second half, Fairfield gets the ball to open the second half, right?
I'm actually going through. I got the play-by-play right in front of me. Yes, we got the ball to start the second half, and drove down and scored again. 2 long drives right before and then right after the halftime.
Take the lead, and I bet what was the mood in North Mac? Were they surprised?
SEC kid in the second quarter was asking out of the game. He needed a breather.
Wow.
Our coach may have noticed that and yelled across the field, he needs out of the game. Get him. It was kind of fun.
Wait a second. Our staff yelled at their staff to pull the kid out of the game?
No, yelled at our kids, look who's asking out of the game.
Oh.
It was a fun game.
Yeah,
I put in the paper, normally reserved coaches went nuts, and it was in all the fun ways.
Yeah, yeah. So it's 14-13, and North Mac, boom, immediately comes back, retakes the lead.
Very next drive.
Then they swap punts. Fairfield gets the ball back with 6 minutes to go.
There's a couple of punts and 2 or 3 punts. Yeah.
Fairfield gets the ball back with 6 minutes to go, and another drive. It's methodical when you watch this go.
I put it in the paper as a drive of double wing legend.
Yeah, it's just methodical.
Yeah,
it is methodical. If teams aren't used to playing against that,
it almost never happened.
Why so?
Because they stopped North Mac on fourth down. Caleb Gonzalez makes a stop in the backfield on 4th and 3. Cramps up both legs. He has to come off, so we send on our backup center, which. Centers are kind of important.
They're very important. They're the smartest player on the field.
Says the former center. Fumbled the first snap. We barely got back on it.
Oh. You need the opportunity to practice a little.
It was first snap in the game and mishandled. And got the ball back, though, and then after that, it was a 15-play drive. Ran off, was it 6 minutes and 16 seconds. To score with 18 seconds to go in the game.
And nothing North Mac could do at that point.
Yeah, there was one play over 10 yards on the drive, and everything else was 5-6 yard chunks. And
didn't even have to hit the extra point, missed the extra point.
Yeah, but still led 2019.
So took the lead and advanced to take on Payne.
Took the lead, but still almost gave it away. They hit a bomb to the 5, wide open kid. Our corner looked a little like Magellan. But the quarterback hung it up in the air long enough, our safety was able to come over and make tackle on the 5 to end the game as the clock expired. In fact, I was a little surprised they didn't get a timeout with 1 second on the clock.
Wow.
Because they had a timeout left and didn't get it.
Oh, my heavens. I didn't realize they had a timeout left.
Yeah, they had a timeout left. One of the best games I've ever covered, and I've done this for 26 years now.
That's really cool. Here's a look at the bracket for Class 2A. As Weeze mentioned, Johnston City and still alive. Fairfield down there also playing Payne at 9-1. And here's the Payne year to date. Other than that game last weekend,
What do we know? One team in purple. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
because he had clicked on it because they have one opponent in common.
That's right. What do you know about Pena? What's the word?
All-state quarterback. This is probably the most prolific quarterback the Mules have ever seen. Because he ran for 2,000 yards and threw for 1,100.
Wow, that's better than Gajewski. I remember Gajewski from Nashville 30 years ago.
Yeah, this is, a 2,000-yard rusher at quarterback position. He also threw for 1,100 yards. He's like 5'10", 160. Doesn't look imposing. And North Mac parents, they were giving us the scouting report afterward and all that because there's a bit of a rivalry there. So they was telling us, what to look for, and they said
beat him. They want you.
He doesn't look like much, but he goes. He's one of those. He hits a juke on you. He's 4 yards lateral. Immediately.
Wow. Here's what the other brackets look like. There's Class 1A. We mentioned Cesar Valier down there at 8-2, taking on Camp Point Central. Any chance Cesar Valier gets out of that? Up at Camp Point Central.
So I was trying to look up 1A real quick.
I've got it on the screen.
I'm talking actual Cal Preps. Actually, because I think Camp Point was not all that highly rated.
10-0, they swamped a Dupo 60.
Oh no, they're 5 in the state.
Yeah, they're pretty tough.
Yeah.
And here's Class 3A. Mount Carmel barely sneaks past Monticello.
8-6.
8-6 at the Snake Pit.
Sisson, I think, was banged up in that game. So that's one thing we didn't talk about with the Lady Mules losing. They had 3 starters not practice the day before because they're banged up.
Fairfield?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Banged up after the Monday night win over Nashville.
A couple of them, one of them been banged up for a few weeks.
So best of luck, Fairfield. Let's see if you can't get a playoff win. That'd
shock the world. They were big. Actually, according to Cal Preps, they were bigger underdogs last week than this week.
No kidding.
I assume home field advantage.
So you say there's a chance. Back right after this on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We're going to talk college football.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're just making sausage here in Flora. My name is Bruce Dickey. This is our Take the Point show. That is Brian Turner. Thank you so much.
Just reviewed a cookbook that's got a chapter on making sausage. So
really,
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Are you going to do that?
I can cold smoke. I have access to casing and machines, and so yeah, that's probably going to happen.
So you're going to get a machine.
I have access to one.
You have access to one, or you're going to get one?
Her parents make their own sausage. So
that's cool. That is all right. College football. Illinois won again last week. I guess let's get that out of the way.
Who did?
The reason we bring that up, look what he's wearing, ladies and gentlemen, an old-timey Illinois
eBay
jersey.
fine.
Old-timey Illinois jersey. I'm calling that Pierre Thomas, by the way. That's Pierre Thomas.
I meant to double-check that during break, but
I can guarantee that was Pierre Thomas' jersey, and probably the most widely recognized Illini to wear 26. Although Reggie Love's wearing it right now. But college football it's an interesting weekend. I was telling Brian that this is this is a great weekend for college football. Just great. Because there's two games. It's all relative, isn't it?
Yeah, because actually just looking, I think the last week had 7 ranked versus ranked games. This week feels big. There's 4. It's just
4, but they're huge.
2 of them are multi-touchdown or multi-scored spreads. One of them is Wake Forest versus at NC State. No one really counts that.
No,
because they're both banged up. Healthy, they're both top 25 teams.
You've got you got 2 top 3 teams that are playing each other. Tennessee at Georgia, and you also have the
Alabama
at LSU at night. And ladies and gentlemen, if somebody tells you time of game at Baton Rouge doesn't matter, they don't know beans from apple butter. Death Valley.
It's the Death Valley blackout.
Death Valley blackout is something to see. So, and those are this
Plus
week.
College, I always love the night atmosphere because you've had people tailgating for a while. That always makes college football more fun.
It makes the crowd a little bit louder,
yes.
Doesn't it? It makes the crowd maybe a little bit more wild, maybe a little bit louder. They have a good time out at the tailgates, and that's fun. But I brought up Illinois. We're bringing up his jersey to show you, ladies and gentlemen, this. This is the one of the projections. There are several different you can get. The interesting thing about this projection is they have 3 SEC teams in the finals.
Still entirely possible.
In the semifinals. Yeah, I don't think that happens.
And the CFP playoff or the rankings came out this week. That is all theater because they're all still playing each other. I don't pay attention to the first several weeks. In fact, we have never had the top 4 in the initial release all 4 make the playoffs.
Did you get a chance to watch any college football this weekend?
I did not because I was watching.
Yeah,
I had a 3-hour
long drive.
Yeah, 3-hour drive, 3-hour game,
3-hour drive,
road trip back.
As
had a bar called the Caddy Shack.
Where? Oh, really? Where's that?
Farmersville.
Do you recommend the Caddy Shack?
Had a stag, so any bar with stags, good by me.
Steak, taters, and gravy. There you go. That's the way to go. That's
it was a typical greasy hole in the wall.
Was that on? Where was that?
It's Farmersville Road. I mean, it's not.
Where is Farmersville?
It's actually like 5 miles from Verdon. That's the exit you take.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So right there on the way.
Yeah.
Were there any people there? Any other friends from Fairfield?
I'm not sure who I'm allowed to say.
Don't say anybody.
Yeah.
Let's just talk college football here, ladies and gentlemen, of the top teams against the spread so far this year.
And we know why you put this up there.
There is a pretty good reason why.
UConn, baby.
UConn. How about those UConn Huskies?
They they got UMass this week. They're probably going to smash UMass.
They're 15-point favorite.
Yeah, and they're probably still going to smash them.
That is amazing. What a turnaround! Actually,
I've seen the term on Twitter, the UConnaissance.
I like that. I mean, it is kind of amazing because they're still, what are they, still 4-4 now or something like that?
Yeah, not great.
They're not, I mean, but from where they were.
Yeah.
And Jim Mora came in and I guess just gave kids a good attitude, huh?
One of my favorite college running backs actually played at UConn.
Who's that?
Donald Brown.
Oh, really?
Got drafted by the Colts. That wound up not doing a ton. I loved him.
He played fullback or something, right, for the Colts for a little time. There's the best. There's the worst ATS.
Miami being there is not a surprise.
Not a surprise for actually either Miami or Boston College. But
this is what used to be one of the biggest games every year. It's Miami Florida State's this weekend.
That is correct.
There was a decade and a half where you did not miss that game.
Florida State, a prohibitive favorite, I think, in that one.
22-ish?
Yeah, it was big. BYU surprises me that they're on this list. I thought BYU was going to have a little better year. Now, they stay in games pretty closely for the most part, but everybody thought they were going to score more points. Colorado State's not a surprise. They're terrible. Nebraska has been struggling.
There was a team on there that was almost my super dog pick.
And Auburn fired their coach this week.
Yeah, I almost took Auburn as my super dog.
Because of the coach getting fired?
A little bit of a bounce back, yeah.
Yeah. I got to tell you, if they stick with Carnell Williams, I love it. Cadillac Williams, if you remember him playing football probably about, 15 years ago, Cadillac was just a beast on the field, and I guess he's probably as good a recruiter now as he was on the field.
Cadillac was in that trio with Brandon Jacobs transferred. And
to SIU.
Was it Ronnie Brown?
Yeah. That was right before. Cam Newton showed up. Cam Newton showed up in 09.
Yeah.
And Cadillac Williams were too old, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Here's the over-unders. Best over teams in the country. No gigantic shockers there.
I know a pro who has bet Houston and Memphis overs every single week this year.
Really?
And he keeps picking them on the show every week because why not?
He's not doing bad with that, is he? And here are your best unders on the season. Miami of Ohio just does not score. And look at that. Washington State. Over 11 points to the under on average. That's amazing. I bet Kentucky under last week, made money. I've bet Kentucky and Missouri under and made good money.
I look forward to fading Will Levis into the pros for many years.
Do you think he'll get in?
They're still talking first round for him.
That's insane.
I don't see it.
I don't either. All right, let's tell you. How do we do last week?
College, we were 6-2.
Woohoo!
Iowa State and Wake were our losses.
We were
both 2-0.
You and I went 2-0.
And I hit my super dog.
How about that? Who was that?
FIU against La Tech. I knew La Tech was down to the third string quarterback.
that does it.
Yeah.
I'll be doggone. Quarterbacks make a difference.
Yeah.
I think that's why I won the Michigan. No, it wasn't that one. It was the last week. I won. You won. What are we doing this week?
Let's start with
Jamie and Lucas are doing.
Jamie has an over. He likes those weekday overs. Coastal Carolina, App State, over 64.
That's on Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's got Wisconsin -5 against Maryland.
Wisconsin has, under Jim Leonard, has righted the ship a little bit.
A little bit, although, was it Michigan State that just destroyed them a couple weeks ago?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a close game with Michigan State. Michigan destroyed them.
Yeah. And then Jamie has Virginia +245 against UNC. He apparently is not foreseeing Virginia's offense. But North Carolina defense can fix a bad offense.
That's right. Virginia does not have a good offense.
We got a couple of Virginia schools because Lucas has West Virginia as his super dog.
Against Iowa State.
Yeah.
+215, that'd be about touchdown, a little bit over touchdown.
He also has Oregon -31.5 against Colorado. Betting against Colorado is never a bad option. I've been doing it all year. In fact, the 1 week I forgot was the 1 week they covered.
Oh, is that right?
I forgot to bet against Colorado that week and they covered.
That's not a bad way to go. And
he's got Georgia, Tennessee under 66.5. That actually, I saw 65.5 pop earlier today. I tried to bet the over and it went back to 66.5 before I could bet the over on 65.5.
Got to get the right number. Speaking of got to get the right number. How did I do on the Clemson Notre Dame?
I like the side you took. You took Clemson -5. It's about to hit -3.
It's down to 3.
About almost. It's +3 or -3.5 +100 right now. And I told you, it hits 3. I'm popping it.
I still agree with the 5, to tell you the truth.
I do too.
I'll probably go ahead.
I was looking at 4.5. I saw where the juice was going. I was like, I'm going to wait. So far, waiting this paid off.
It's at Notre Dame, so there is that, but Notre Dame's playing terrible at home.
And your other play, it's you and 91% of the other bettors out there.
Bettors.
It's also money.
The other bettors. Oh, money too.
Yeah.
Are taking Tennessee.
Yeah.
I got Tennessee plus
So it was like
8.
89% of the bettors, 91% of the money.
Wow.
Is on Tennessee plus 8 against Georgia. I mean, that's a huge matchup.
That's a huge matchup. That's my other one. And what are your 2?
I have Illinois minus 16 against Michigan State.
I love it.
Counting on the turmoil, basically, after
they've suspended
shenanigans.
8 now. 8 kids.
I'd still like to see how that kid wound up in the middle of that team, because there's a chance he deserved that beating.
That's not cool.
There's a chance that
What's your other
where
one?
he was, he shouldn't have been.
What's your other one?
I got Rice minus 2.5 against UTEP, another weekday game. I made it 3.5 across that crucial 3. So
What are our dogs?
I have Army plus 250 against Air Force, counting on low scoring basically.
Good luck with that.
You have Lafayette plus 180 against Troy.
Good luck with that. We'll be right back with the NFL, folks. Stick around. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Wrap things up here with Brian. Back in a sec.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I missed.
That's why we're not discussing the NBA on today's show.
We don't discuss it. We do have college basketball coming up here in a couple
next
of weeks.
week.
Yeah. Starts
Monday.
Starts Monday. Did you see how many games there are Monday?
No.
It's like 150 games. Almost every team plays on Monday.
I've normally started my college basketball handicapping by now, and I haven't because of our postseason runs.
I don't blame you a bit.
I barely had time to write a preview for the football game Saturday. It's only like 5 paragraphs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just one of the real job trumps the part-time gig.
Yeah, that's
I did it at my lunch hour at the real job today.
Did you have a promised number of words?
No. I gave him what I could. I mean, I do the best I can with what I have.
Well, don't we all? Let's talk about the NFL.
I feel like we need to congratulate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were not the biggest underdog to lose for the first time in 3 weeks. They still lost, but they weren't the biggest underdog to do it. Their biggest favorite, I mean.
For helping to ruin the last year of Tom Brady's NFL career.
I hope he is miserable.
I mean, really.
Is that's the very definition
Who
of
was the
Schadenfreude?
guy? Who was the guy? Had to be more than one who talked Tom Brady into coming back to play football. Arians leaving? Did I
think it was Tom Brady.
Did
I think
Bowles
Tom
do it?
Brady's ego talked Tom Brady into coming back.
A Glazer? Maybe it was a Glazer.
Yeah.
An owner.
And not Jay.
Yeah, not Jay. It might have been Jay. Who knows? Jay might have talked him into it. The Tom Brady having.
You hate to see it.
It really sucks for everybody else.
Yeah,
it's too bad. I to tell you the truth, I'm only talking about his football life. I hope his.
Sad thing is they are playing awful. I took the under on his passing yards. He's still got a chance of getting there because they're playing so awful and he's throwing so. I mean, it's going to be garbage time's going to beat me. You wouldn't think that with the Tom Brady team.
Tampa Bay. I read last week Tampa Bay's rushing. Performance is historically low.
Yeah, they're last in the league this year, and they're one of the worst.
Worst of all time. Yeah. So, by the way, it is National Jersey Day. Show people your jersey today.
From the front, it could be one of two people.
Right.
But do the whole spin thing again.
Do the spin, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Tatum. Jack Tatum,
the assassin.
That's exactly. I saw him play, and there he was. He trained Lester Hayes how to play. Lester Hayes had an incredible career. Jack Tatum was. You remember where he played college?
Was it SEC?
No.
Was it not?
Ohio
State. That's right. Yeah.
Ohio State. Well, that's cool. Let's take a look at the stats for the NFL in the against the spread. That's the thing. Boy,
Falcons
NFL
started 6-0.
Falcons have lost 2 in a row. That's right. They have lost 2 in a row. But to me, the amazing thing is look at that. The Titans against the spread are basically on the number on average, but they're 3 games above 500.
That means they've covered a couple big time.
Covered 2 or 3 big time, and the ones they've lost by a wide margin. The Giants are still up there. Look at 3 NFC East teams are the best against the spread. You mentioned your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, not mine. There were 2 teams on the last screen that a couple of your guests have futures bets on.
On this screen?
I have the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, and Lucas has the Bills to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
FanDuel has that. Bet 50 and you get $5 back for every win.
Yeah,
that's the 2 teams we took. I took the Eagles. He took the Bills.
That'll be free by the time.
That's basically if you pick a 10-win team, it's a free roll on a Super Bowl champ.
That's not a bad deal at all. That's pretty good. Jaguars, surprisingly to me, that they are.
That's one of those where everyone knows. I say that. You look at their advanced metric stuff, and that's why they're on this list. Because the average bettor is going to assume the Jags are bad.
Yeah.
Their numbers are pretty solid, and that's why a lot of the syndicates and a lot of the pros are still betting the Jags, and they're getting killed on that.
They're getting killed on that. The Jaguars are just, and the Rams are the champs falling down.
One of the more influential guys who's not been on the Jags all year is on them this week.
Really?
Yeah, RJ Bell.
Yeah.
He's on them for the first time this year.
Why?
Basically, it's everyone sees the 2-6 now, and they're all belling, and they're playing the Raiders, which is awful.
Speaking of, we'll get to best under here in a minute. Here's the best over teams. Actually, the Raiders are one of the best overs. They were 4-1 going into last week. When you don't score, that kind of affects the over under for the game. And that
one was largely flu related.
Was that what that was?
Yeah, they had basically a bad outbreak. In fact, that's the number got pounded late last week because once word got out, they had several guys sick last week.
I'll be darned. The Lions over. Lions are scoring, but they were scoring. They've kind of quit scoring lately. Who's going to be the
good news is they just traded one of their better weapons.
Trade Hawkinson, which made no sense. I don't know. Why would they trade Hawkinson?
I think it was we don't think we can re-sign him by the time we compete, and we're not competing while we still have him, so get something.
I guess. It was surprising to me. Of course, best under, far and away, the best under team, the Denver Broncos.
Not shocking.
Far and away. But the shocking number is the Bills. The Bills are such a good under team because
a couple weeks ago we talked. It was Bills are a sneaky under team. It's not so sneaky when you're 6-1 now.
No, and it's because everybody keeps counting on them to pound people, and they are pounding people, but their defense is playing pretty well. And it's an interesting conundrum when you're betting the NFL. You can kind of think you're getting. You can kind of think you're getting smart and getting an advantage in college because there's so many games and people can't pay as much attention. NFL, those sharps know what they're doing.
NFL sharpest numbers out there. I mean, and I do much. I say that
you're under 500 in the NFL.
Oh no, I was getting ready to say historically, NFL is the hardest sport to beat. I am trying to I'm 315 and 246 the last 3 years.
Oh, I meant this year.
Oh,
on the show.
On the show.
Yeah, I meant this year on the show.
Yeah, I'm 7-9.
Well, I can't really talk. I'm 8-10 or 6-10. So yeah, we.
But NFL is hard to beat. I've been pretty fortunate.
What are we doing this week? Lucas and Jamie. What are they doing?
Let's see. Jamie has the Bears +5 against the Dolphins. I don't know if that's a weather-related play, if he factored that in, but that is an actual – that field could be sloppy, slow down that Dolphin speed a little bit. I've heard that
the field's actually supposed to be in good shape. It's the wind.
The turf is awful there, or the Bermuda up there. When it gets wet, they got the same thing the mules have.
It's supposed to be. It might rain on Saturday.
They're talking Saturday night, yeah.
The wind during the game on Sunday is supposed to be 25 miles an hour.
Then he has the Rams at the Bucks +3. I like the Bucks on that side.
How about Lucas?
Lucas has we got a little crossfire here. He's got the Vikings -3. I have the Commanders +3.5. So we're going against each other there. And he also has the Chargers Falcons over 49.5. Falcons are missing both their cornerbacks. I would really like that over, but Keenan Allen come out today, said he re-injured himself during the bye week, so I don't know who the Chargers are going to throw the ball to.
That's the thing. Mike Williams is out too, isn't he?
Possibly, yeah. So you're looking at Josh Palmer and DeAndre Carter. In fact, I would look at that DeAndre Carter if you do individual props. As soon as it's available, I'm going to probably pound that one.
What's your other one?
I have the Pats -4.5. That's the one I changed today. I took that one today.
Okay. You took out the Bills.
Yeah, I had the Jets +13. I still like that, but I've run into the Bills steamroll a few times with bad teams. That was basically it's a short week, road team, divisional. 13's too much.
For mine, I've got the Dolphins and Bills, and I just told you about the weather, the wind. I still went over because I think the number's still too low. 44 is just it's just way too low.
Bears have been better on offense.
Bears are scoring. They just picked up a receiver that they're going to try to implement into the game plan.
And they just traded their two best defensive players.
Yeah. So to me, it's a decent over. My other one is Cardinals, right? Over the Seahawks, +1 or -1.5.
Yeah, I got Seahawks +2 on that side.
Do you?
Yeah. So I got a little bit of crossfire this week on a few guys.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of crossfire. That's just fine. We can all live with that. How are we doing, by the way, as a team? We've kind of halfway through the season.
Overall, I don't have the college versus NFL to do this. Overall, we're 81-69 though.
There you go.
12 games over 500.
12 games over 500. What's the goal?
And the guy that's probably made the most money is the one guy that's under 500, 18-19.
Oh, you?
Yeah. Overall betting, I guarantee I'm beating the three of you.
I guarantee it. I will guarantee
But for show
that.
picks, I'm in last.
I will guarantee he's making more money than the rest of us. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in today here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Thank you, Brian, for being here.
Always fun.
Best of luck to everybody. Best of luck to the Mules. Go Fairfield Mules. Go knock out the Painted Panthers on Saturday. Have a great weekend, everybody.